Child's Play is one of the most popular horror franchises of all time, and is definitely a bona fide classic. And, what? It's actually bona fide, not boner fide. Bona isn't even a word. Nice try, I'm not falling for that one. Child's Play begins with a lakeshore strangler, Charles Lee Ray, trying to flee from Detective Norris, when Charles Lee's partner Eddie takes off and leaves him stranded there. Charles Lee takes refuge in a toy store, and oh my god, is that Dizzy Dizzy Dinosaur? And Fireball Island? Hell yeah. Love that game. Anyways, Charles Lee is close to death, and oh my god, is that Whack Attack? Power play hockey. So this toy store is not that big, and Ecto-1. And even though Charles Lee is crashing into literally every display he comes across, Norris has a lot of trouble tracking him down. Is that Torpedo Run? So Charles Lee finds a good guy doll, and I guess through the power of just wanting it badly enough, he transfers his soul and dies. We then meet 6-year-old Andy Barclay on his birthday, and Andy is obsessed with pretty much every aspect of the Good Guy line of products and entertainment, from Good Guy pajamas to cereal and the Good Guy TV show.
I saw this one.
When has that stopped any kid ever? Okay, if Chucky was that size, then this movie would be way more terrifying. Andy's mother, Karen, doesn't have enough money to buy Andy a Good Guy doll, but luckily Chicago has a pretty robust black market for lightly soiled toys. But Karen's dickhole of a boss makes her work the night shift at a department store, so her friend Maggie agrees to watch Andy. And Chucky wastes zero time planning his revenge and just straight up murdering people for no reason. Of course the 1980s would sell an actual hammer to young children. So Chucky manages to kill Maggie, but honestly, I'm going to say that it was the fall that actually killed her. I'm only going to grant Chuck the assist on this one. And can you imagine Maggie's thought process for those final few seconds of her life? Knowing that you were somehow murdered by a doll is definitely the kind of event that would turn you into a ghost, because you would have a lot of unanswered questions and therefore unfinished business.
Chucky just murdered Maggie with a hammer!
Calm down, Rex. Yeah, what are you talking about there? Yeah, Rex, you're always overreacting.
Don't you dismiss me, Ham. I know what I saw. What Chucky does next is on you.
So Karen comes home and the police just let her frantically run through the apartment while she screams for her son and make no effort to help this poor woman. I mean, that cop's reading the damn newspaper.
They look like footprints, don't they? Very small footprints.
What are you implying?
What would Andy be doing up on the counter, right? Besides, I already checked his closet. None of his shoes match these prints. Andy, what you got on your feet? Ooh, look at this, huh? There's a gun.
Even though he was alone with Andy for who knows how long before Karen came home, he just now notices that Andy is wearing shoes. Basically, he's the world's worst detective.
Anything else? Yes. He said that Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved.
Oh, easy, Chucky. You're being a bit of a bastard here. And also, come on now, Andy. Let's not repeat everything you hear. Even at 6 years old, you should know to not refer to your dead aunt as a bitch. You know, as a small child, I was terrified of this movie, and then when I got older, I realized that if a doll was after me, I could just kind of pick him up and put him in a box, and then just, like, sit on the box. The movie would be boring, but realistic. Like, the only way a doll could actually kill you is if it did it while you were sleeping. But the same can be said for sleep apnea. So Andy and Chucky head out onto the town, and what the hell? This kid's 6. I'd be weirded out riding the L as an adult. I mean, look at him. He's just navigating Chicago like it's no big deal. This kid's gonna get murdered if he's lucky. Chucky has Andy take him to a crack den so he can murder his former partner, Eddie. And since the police really have nothing else to go on, they think that this 6-year-old kid just claimed his second victim in 2 days. We find out that Charles Lee Ray knew voodoo, and that's how he was able to transfer his soul.
What do you think? The gree work? You know, when I came here learning all that stuff about how to beat death, I thought maybe you were pulling my chain.
The more time you spend in that body, the more human you become. You perverted everything I've taught you and used it for evil, and you have to be stopped.
Hold on while I get a box.
You must stop him before he can say the chant. His heart is almost human. It's the only way through the heart.
And the only way to stop him is to destroy his human heart. Or, you know, the box idea. Still a viable option. And you know, if they really want to destroy Chucky's heart, they should just show him this. Devastating. Will someone please console that poor child? Whoa, be careful with that, bud. Oh, shit, seriously, be careful. Oh my god, it's right by his eye. This is 1988, so I wouldn't put it past the prop department to give this kid a real scalpel. Andy escapes back to his apartment with Chucky in adorable, waddling pursuit. Karen and Detective Norris make their way to the apartment, and these two grown adults just have a heck of a time with this tiny doll man. First rule of fighting a toy, don't put your face down to stabbing level.
Andy, no! Please! We're friends to the end.
This is the end, friend.
Hell yeah, Andy. Dude's got a sweet pre-mortem one-liner and everything. You know, pre-mortem. That cool, like, super specific thing that you say right before you kill someone. Usually there's like a pun involved. Like, bad example. It's the night before daylight savings time, and you have your enemy cornered down a dark alley. You pull out your shotgun and say, hope you're ready to spring forward, because you're about to fall back. They finally shoot Chucky through the heart, and we get a happy ending, but Andy is still the prime suspect in 3 murders, and since no one will believe that a doll did it, yeah, Andy's gonna go away for a long time. You know, I read an article that said that Hasbro blamed this movie for the failure of their My Buddy line. But honestly, I think they were just jealous that My Buddy was nowhere near as cool as Chucky was. They did try to run a series of commercials trying to capitalize on the success of Child's Play by having My Buddy push Kid's sister down some stairs and luring My Pet Monster into a bear trap. But it was so forced. You know, I remember seeing those commercials when I was a kid. But Hasbro did a good job scrubbing those videos from the internet. So if you come across any, be sure to let me know. I'd love to see them again.
Have to leave messages. We'll be right back.